So what's going on, guys? It's Triple G here, back with another Borderlands 3 video, and today we're going to be going through our monthly update, and boy do we have a packed agenda. We're going to be talking about next generation, arms race, Zane changes, and much more. Guys, if you enjoy this video, please consider subscribing to the channel or join us over on Twitch. We stream 5 times a week, and otherwise, let's get straight into this video. So first of all then, this has obviously been a really important month for Borderlands because Next Generation launched on November the 10th. It actually released the Season Pass 2 content, which included Arms Race, actually on November 9th for some PC players. So it has been an incredibly good time to be a Borderlands fan. For those of you that didn't know, Arms Race is a standalone mode, which is kind of like a PvE battle royale, where you drop in and you will obtain loot. It is incredibly fun. You are without action skills and without Guardian rank, so it does present a bit of a challenge, but the loot and reward that you get from that challenge is absolutely incredible. In addition to that, those of you that own Season Pass 1 or purchased Season Pass 2 got access to the Final Form bodies. Now, these Final Form cosmetics for the full Vault Hunters represented a multiverse alternative to what the characters may have looked like, and let's be honest, I don't think I've seen anyone rocking the old body skins by just how good the new Vault Hunters look. If you did have Season Pass 1 but haven't purchased Season Pass 2, you should still find that you have these Final Forms. Just go to the new use station and look under the body section. One other thing that was added when Next Generation hit was the addition of Mayhem 11. Now, Mayhem 11 is exactly the same as Mayhem 10. However, you do not have these pesky modifiers that may break up some of your beautiful synergies with co-op play. And in addition to that, in sacrifice to that, your world drops are slightly reduced. I'm going to be honest with you, I never noticed the world drops being reduced that much. However, it is really nice just to play a clean version of Borderlands without having all these modifiers and visual effects going off at the same time. Of course, with the arrival of Season Pass 2 came the arrival of Next Generation. Look out on this YouTube channel for actual side-by-side comparisons of what Next Generation can do in terms of performance. However, what I can say is Next Generation has delivered both graphically and performance-wise for Borderlands 3. Borderlands 3 has been optimized for Next Generation, and you can definitely feel that they've taken the time and care. It's the little touches that count when it comes to things like these. And if you are a console player and considering buying a Next Generation console, then you are in for a treat. You get a copy of Borderlands for completely free if you owned it on the previous generation. The only caveat to that is if you bought the actual disc for Borderlands 3 back in the old generation, you need to ensure that the new console that you are buying for Next Generation has a disk drive. That way you qualify for the free upgrade button found in the software's UI. If you did buy the digital copy originally, then you can just download as and when you want. Another thing that a lot of players were asking for that came with Next Gen is split screen. So you're now going to be able to use split screen as well, which is good if you want to sit next to your couch and get your wife to play Borderlands for the first time ever, because she's always seen you playing it because it's absolutely awesome. Of course, when we get any new content, that means that we get a new array of weapons and items, and that of course means new metas, new builds, new everything. Top of the list of items that have come out of Arms Race are the Plasma Coil, my personal favorite, the Tizzy. All 4 Vault Hunters have a class mod. Just remember that these class mods and items will only drop in Arms Race. Now, you don't have to worry if you do not have enough time to play Arms Race, because you are going to be able to actually get loot from actually not even playing. How do you do that, you say? Well, Gearbox have implemented a system where you can watch your favorite streamers over on Twitch, and every time that they extract an item, you have a 25% chance to win that said item at whatever level you are, and it will be delivered to your mail system. It's absolutely fantastic. So even if you don't have the time to fire up the game and have an hour to play Arms Race, you can sit in the comfortability of your couch and still win Borderlands items. And these aren't just the red chest items that you would see, you know, from red chest events that happen on Twitch. These are top tier, top meta items that you can get from the comfort of your own sofa. In addition to all this new stuff that's happened, there have also been some changes to some of the Vault Hunters, most notably to Zane. Zane has had some skill tree changes, seeing red and Death Follows Close swap places, and Distributed Denial and Confident Competence have also swap places as well. This has given Zane access to more damage earlier on in his skill trees, giving more opportunities for you to use other class mods. Seeing Dead also got tweaked down a little bit to make other class mods more competitive, and there have also been some other changes to those class mods to bring them up as well. We have seen some really exciting builds already from the Hustler comp combined with Zane's 4th skill trees. Oh yeah, and did I mention that we had 4 skill trees? Each Vault Hunter got a new skill tree if you bought Season Pass 2, and these skill trees make a dramatic difference to just how these Vault Hunters can now perform. Zane got a new Mantis Cannon, which allows him access to ASCs and has a ton of skills in his tree that give him critical hit damage, as well as a little skill called Eraser. I don't want to spoil it for you, but you may want to check that skill out. Mo's got a little baby bear called Iron Cub, which gives her access through her skill tree to status effect damage, and she can do millions and millions of damage by just doing dot damage, which is pretty cool. Amara essentially got a ball or an orb, which you can punch and pull around the map to do insane amounts of damage. It is an action skill that has never been seen before in Borderlands, and it is absolutely cool as F. Finally, there is Flak. Now, Flak had a ton of survivability added to his skill tree, which is pretty cool. And in addition to that, his action skill, the Gravity Snare, brings a new angle to Borderlands 3, which allows you to A, be a crowd control Vault Hunter, and B, turn everybody on your side. So if there's nobody shooting you, you can pretty easily mop up the battleground. In addition to all this new content that we had and all these changes that we had to the Vault Hunters with the new skins, the new trees, everything jam-packed into this month, we also had the Bloody Harvest event finish, and in addition to that, we had a ton of weapon tweaks to bring the meta back closer to some of these world drops. Some of the items on the list are the Companion, the Redline, the Sleeping Giant, the Flood, the Polybus, the Infinity got a buff, the Horizon, Skull Smasher, the Craps. There were some grenades as well that got buffed as well. The Hornet, the Nemesis, all these weapons were buffed to bring them into play on some of your builds. The Recursion made a comeback with Zane. You should check out some of the YouTube videos that are going around of Zane with a Recursion. It is no longer just an Amara weapon. And finally, there is one more thing that's happening this week in Borderlands, and that is there is a Golden Path mini event. This event allows you to get legendaries all the way through a playthrough from story missions. If you have any Vault Hunters that you haven't played yet, now has never been a better time to fire up that story mode and get going through, as you're going to get boosted all the way through with legendaries. Or if you've gone over to next gen and want to experience some of these new skill trees and new graphics on the next gen console, which I highly recommend, then now has never been the better time. So guys, that is it for today's video. A bit of a long one, but it is jam-packed with a busy time for Borderlands. Guys, if you have enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to the channel or join us over on Twitch. We stream 5 times a week, and otherwise I'll catch you on the flip.